What is doing Kuro Games? From devs listen, standing ovation after standing ovation, to now giving off this slow, creeping feeling of annoyance patch after patch, especially among the most engaged part of the community. Some content creators are even calling it the Hoyofication of Wuwa. So let's ask, how true is that? What direction is Kuro really heading in? What should we call out and what should we support to make sure they keep building the best game possible? Before we start, let me be crystal clear. This video is not for toxic positivity shields or brainless defense squads. If your argument has no logic, no structure and no reflection, you're not debating, you're just clowning yourself. Constructive criticism is welcome, emotional outbursts are not. If I say something, it's because I've thought about it, analyzed it and built an argument. You can disagree, that's totally fine, but come with facts, not feelings and blanket statements. I'd rather have 100 subscribers who think critically than a million sheep who can't handle discussion. Fulfillment beats fame every time. So I will say it once. Like or dislike what I say, agree or disagree, and I will be happy to read you and get why. But if I have to read once again retardation personified, if there is no elements of argumentation, no constructed logic, you will disappear of this comment section. Now that we are clear, let's talk like adults, analyze like players who care, and see exactly what Kuro is doing with Weathering Waves. I choose to take several aspects of the game to compare proof time and compare proof expectations. I mean by that, what did we liked in the first place, what did they deliver, or the way they integrated chance to fit our request. Let's begin with the team building. In my previous video, I explained the evolution of team structures, from hypercarry setups to what I called super synergy, where every member is contributing meaningfully by adding on the table either DPR, damage per rotation, or and buff. But now, we are seeing that what I would call the hyper synergy. Teams that perform incredibly only when all the right conditions are met, deviate slightly, and performance collapses. To clarify the term, I borrow from Nassim Nicholas Taleb's concept of fragile versus anti-fragile systems. Super synergy teams are anti-fragiles, strong in ideal condition, still functional outside them. They have resilience to team environments. Hyper synergy teams are fragile, amazing when perfect, but fall apart when anything changes. Let's take Yuno and Augusta. Together, their environment is ideal. Taken apart, they are totally viable in different comps. That's a super synergy. Same for Brent and Chengli. Same for every component of Mono Havoc comp. Rocha can be played with Camellia. Brent paired with Carlotta make a Goofy very viable comp to cheese the endgame. Cantarella will be good with Jinxie and Carlotta also. Folova works just fine with Augusta or Gian. Not ideal, but totally viable. Pib with Zani, yes, but works fine as a main DPS. Chacona also works fine with Pib and or Zani. You get the idea. Kuro is leaning into hyper synergy now, with Galbrena in Tier 1. She's meant to be a super performer, but don't get the premium Giga tailored support, her performance will decrease a lot. You love her, that's good. You wanna go all in? Ah, too bad. Unfortunately, even her S1 and S6 can give you the most benefit by having either Chuan, either Cantarella. Units before had some level of resilience to that phenomenon, with resonance chain, not tied to the team environment, but breaking the chains of it. Other component I'm afraid of. What will happen to those units when they will not be enough? In the trash? I don't see where we will be able to implement them if they cannot fit a new shiny power creeping hyper carry DPS comp, if they don't bring something on the table for a team. And they were on a good path with recent team comps, even integrating a buffing outro to Augusta, and they are stepping away from it, while that was the most healthy way to implement new units. Now you have a Galbrena, who is a super performer, but outside of her number performance, she doesn't have an outro who synergizes with anybody else. This design choice is an example who can justify why some CCs are pointing this as Hoyofication. Super tailored design, where having the units are necessary to reach viability levels and or just more future-proofness. This is not that pronounced, but this is a leaning that we know already from previous games where it leads, and it has to stop. Let's talk now about events and endgame. If I ask, what did you start playing Wuwa? Why do you like this game? Most of you will answer, the combat is good, the game is beautiful, since 1.4 the story keeps improving, and man, since 2.0 it's something, and the endgame challenging enough without being a pain in the ass, perfectly balanced. And I would tell you, yeah, true, based and real. But let's talk about what truly makes Wuwa stand out since closed beta. Combat. The combat system is the reason people fell in love with this game. Fluid, reactive, skill-based, rewarding. It's what few to no other gacha does at this level. But lately, Kuro seems to be forgetting to capitalize on their strongest asset. Where are the combat events? Where are the meaningful challenges that push our skill ceiling and make us want to master the mechanics again? If I wanted to play Vampire Survivors or Plant vs Zombie, I would just go play Vampire Survivors or Plant vs Zombies. It handles that much better. I log in to play Wuwa. We've had months of lightweight minigames, side distractions, and story padding, while the core gameplay, the very heart of the game, gets underused. Give us challenges, give us reasons to fight, that's what makes this game different. And alongside that, co-op. Kuro. This is literally the untapped gold mine. If you make co-op seamless, fun and rewarding, you instantly surpass every other gacha out there. My arms literally starts itching. I just can't. I'm sick of those baby minigames in a combat game. I also love this game for its lore and its story. And even that kind of content is kinda dry beside the main story. If it was a story event, bringing side story, lore elements, missing pieces of the very dense puzzle, why not? But since June, there is zero added value, besides astrites. If I log in Wuwa, it's to play Wuwa, isn't that crazy? You have a combat system that could easily rival a full-price action game. Now give it a reason to thrive. Endgame? Okay, recently they improved a little bit Wuwa on TOA, but still, 2 endgames, 1 run of hologram, and that's all. See you next month. And for some it might be enough, and I agree this time it's personal, but in my opinion, if there is no combat event to add a little more for some who want more combat and came on this game for those reasons, it is unfortunately not enough. For the first time since the release, I skipped an event. I was sick of it, the tower defense. Just remove the trap part, put those echoes in an arena to fight those waves, and that's all. I hope people and devs will understand that Weathering Waves has been successful because they decided to step away from Hoy versus Way to do games and deliver content. Don't ruin your recipe. I came on your game after leaving Hoyogames not to get the same thing. You know, when I criticize Hoyoverse, when I criticize or praise Wuwa, where do you think it comes from? I played Genshin back in the days, I played ZZZ, HSR, Honkai Impact III, and don't make me say what I've never said. Those games have great base material, but they are the most outrageous waste of potential, lazy content delivery and milking tools I've ever experienced across 12 years of gacha. And what made me quit those games is still valuable today because those things are still there. You like it? Cool for you. But don't fall into this brain-late behavior type shit saying, "You're so wrong, because I love those minigames, it's cute. I love having to spend 2 minutes per day. I feel pressured if I have to engage with combat. There is no such thing as power creep because I clear with Yoho quick swap while spending all my money to wail on perfect top 1% echoes to keep up and show that you are such a toxic, negative skill issue bot on a casual game while being stuck on bronze in every real competitive game, but it has nothing to do." Sure, Lil Pop. Anyway, Wuwa's success was in its difference. I don't like Kuro trying to please an audience who was happy to be served games and content that make those games become shit to and avoid facing reality and fall into brainless tribalism. It's like having European Union to never experience war and dictatorship after Nazis to get wait. Kuro, make combat great again. Anyway, hope you get the idea, hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment, social in the description, and as usual, take care of yourself and your finances. See you next time, peace.